are here. Let's do this. Hello, my name is Desiree Shaw and I'm a psychotherapist and I vlog on a podcast about mental health, relationships and mental health in general. Welcome to Relationships Under Siege. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we're all at home and we're all stuck at home trying to get on with what we're meant to be doing. We're trying to work, we're trying to teach, we're trying to cook, we're trying to be a good husband, a good wife, we're trying to be a partner, we're trying to do all these things all at the same time under the same roof 24 hours a day until we just don't know when. So it's quite difficult. I am getting a lot of inquiries and I'm seeing more clients online, particularly for relationship issues. Relationships take up a big part of our lives and we're not taught how to deal with them. So I'm going to give you some tips, and this Relationships Under Siege is about fair fighting. Yeah, fighting fair, actually. We'll call it fighting fair. So I'm going to show you how to fight fair. All right. So number one, when you're having an argument with your partner, and you will have arguments because you're only human and we're all human and we do human things, we sometimes get upset, don't we? And sometimes people upset us and we feel upset for whatever the reasons are. We have an argument. So fighting fair. So before you begin to have an argument, rule number one, figure out why you're upset. Get to the point of why you are upset. Make it clear. Understand what you're upset about. 2, discuss one problem at a time. Often we try to put everything in one big gulp. So we start arguing about, you left your shoes out in the hallway. I don't like your mum. Last week you came home late. You always do that. You did this over Christmas. This is what you does. Everything goes in one gulp. That doesn't help you. Will not help your relationship. Think about it like this. You cannot take one gulp for the rest of your life and have that air forever. You can't. You got to take it one step at a time. You can't eat all your meals for the rest of your life in one sitting. Yeah, everything takes time. So when you have these emotions which are really strong and heavy, remember, one step at a time. So discuss one thing at a time. So if you are going to talk about the shoes, keep it on the shoes. I find arguments so interesting when they're never about what they started off to be about. So recognize that. If you start to move into another conversation, as you say, I can see that I'm moving somewhere else and I'm being a bit annoyed by it. So no degrading language. Please do not rip your partner to shreds. Don't belittle, don't knock them down, don't knock their confidence, because all that does is make you a bully. So don't be the bully. Yeah. There's nothing worse than ripping the person you're supposed to love and care for, ripping them into tiny little shreds because you can. That's not love. Okay, recognize that. That's actually coming from a place which isn't helpful for you. And also recognize this: the people you love will love you back. Yeah, and it's not based on your behavior, but if you keep pushing and you keep pulling away at their insecurities, it's not going to nurture the relationship. You don't get a flower to grow by going up to it and pulling at its leaves and saying, well, that's a bit crap, that's a bit rubbish, it could have done better. You don't do that and expect the plant to flourish. Obviously you pull away the dead leaves, but that's not what you're doing when you're pulling at your partner's insecurity. That's a different thing. So recognize when you start degrading. Degrading language is not appropriate. It doesn't help you. And all that happens is the other person will hear that you're degrading them. So they're backed in the corner. So the likelihood is they're going to come out attacking. They might. It's going to be a mess. And you've got to live there and you're in the house and this is going to be awful. Because we don't know when we're being let out. So express your feelings and take responsibility for how you're feeling. So you can say, I feel this way. You didn't make me feel that way. I feel this way. We often say, she made me angry. How? Nobody makes you angry. Nobody says, oh, look, here's anger. It's yours. Nobody does that. It's impossible. Nobody comes up to you with a giant syringe and injects you with anger. You're triggered into anger. Yeah, the other person may trigger you into anger, but they do not make you angry. Yeah, they don't even make you happy. You're triggered into happiness. Yeah, same thing. Take turns in talking. It's not about listening to respond. People do that sometimes. Listen to respond. Don't listen to respond. Listen to understand. Okay, I did a video on that which supports you on how you can listen to understand and recognize what's happening for you. Okay, listen so that you can offer support within the conversation, not so you can strike back like it's Star Wars, you know, the Empire Strikes Back, we've been waiting and now we're gonna get you. No, this is the person you love, so don't strike back at them, yeah? No yelling, no shouting, no degrading. Take time out when it gets really heated. A trick I use is magic cup of tea. This is a magic cup of tea. It's not a magic cup of tea, it's my favourite cup given to me from some lovely ladies at work. But get yourself a hot drink or a cold drink. I find it works really well with a hot drink because I've got to make the hot drink and it's hot and I've got to drink it and I've got to cool it. I've got to do all of this stuff, which is mindful. It's mindful, stirring the tea, taking out the tea bag. So how do you do that in the middle of an argument? Realize this is really heated. I'm going to do something with my mouth. This is what I do, yeah? I go and do something with my mouth, and that is get a cup of tea and stick it in my gob. That way I can keep my big yap shut and I'm not going to say anything degrading or you know, rip somebody a new one just because I'm angry and feel backed in the corner. I'm now going to be mindful drinking my cup of tea. That's what you do. Mindfully drink the tea or cold drink. You can do that. You can get bubbles if you like bubbles and you like fizzy drinks, whatever. Not wine, not anything alcoholic, please, because that will not support you. No stonewalling. So after you've got into having a conversation with each other, don't stonewall. Don't stop talking. Don't stop communicating. It's very passive aggressive. Yeah, there's nothing worse than passive aggressive behaviors where you just stop talking, you fold your arms and you get cross and you get angry and you go, no, that doesn't help you. Okay, it's going to really rip your relationship into tiny shreds. I used to respond in that passive aggressive way, thinking that the other person will know what they did. Sometimes we do that. Well, I'm going to do this because you're going to know because I would have done this and you would have figured it out, and you start thinking everything's a conspiracy. It's not. People are people. We're not mind readers. None of us. Even if some of us are more emotionally intelligent than others, not everybody is that way. And we got to recognise that when we start treating people in ways which are not really supportive of them, we start really doing something else which is against our relationship. Yeah? So recognise that, okay? And take some time out. So attempt to compromise. When you do the compromise and you've had a cup of tea and you've moved into another direction to drink it, and then your partner might come in the room, or you might say, let's do this again. Take the argument to a different room, or if you're in the same room, sit in a different place. Yeah, don't relive the entire event again. So this is fair fighting. So my point of this video is to support you with fair fighting. You will have some arguments. It's not so much happy fighting, but it's getting ready to, you're not taking the gloves off and fighting. That's really violent, and start doing some below the belt kicks. You're putting the gloves on, you're preparing yourself. You're saying, well, I'm ready, I need to tell you a couple of things, and this is how I feel based on this. So watch my next video, which is going to be about effective communication, and that will support you on how you can actually communicate. So this is the fair fighting rules. Next is going to be how to communicate effectively without ripping the other person a new one. We don't want to do that. You know, COVID-19 has the potential of doing so many things. Has the potential of there being a massive baby boom because everybody's at home and the TV's a little bit rubbish, so they might be doing something else, or people break up, or people get into debt, or people, hopefully they fall in love and want to stay together. Maybe they don't, I don't know. So my name's Desiree Shaw. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you help me help you by spreading the word. That's what it's about. I'm trying to spread the word. Do you remember the word? Anyway, I'm trying to spread the word on how accessing therapy can be a lot easier than we think it is. Yeah, these are just some simple tips. I'm a psychotherapist. I do practice at the Priory and privately, and mainly online, mainly at home, because COVID-19 has kept me here. So if you are having any concerns and you want to have a chat, you can. I got some questionnaires. I'm going to put them in the description box. Have a look at them. Fill them in. Let me know what's going on. Maybe you want to tell me something. Maybe you want to tell somebody else something. Maybe you don't know how to do it. Anyway, I'll see you on the flip side. Desiree Shaw here, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Wasn't so red sometimes. I wish I had breakfast in bed sometimes. I mean, it's worth it since I did all the work last night. Sometimes you ain't good to me, yes, I am good to you. Hey Slim, you should be nicer than you are sometimes. You take that complaining